My name is Alain Pinsotes, and I have committed to follow Jesus for the rest of my life. 13 years ago, I was a child who thought life's purpose was to have fun and survive school, until my mom brought me and my brother into our room to tell us about heaven and hell. I still vividly remember being beside my brother, crying in the corner of our room. That night, I remember accepting Jesus out of the simple fear of going to hell. And maybe a lot of us start that way. But as I grew up, I grew to accept Jesus for many more reasons than that. I accepted Jesus because he forgives. I accepted Jesus because he understands. I accepted Jesus because he provides, he protects, he nourishes, he strengthens, he nurtures, and most of all, he saves. Every second of every day, he saves me from harm's way, and he saves me from my own sin, both intended and unintended. And I believe it's God who's making, I know, who's causing my hand to shake right now. I feel like it's the Holy Spirit. Sometimes, as you can see, sometimes he even saves me from enjoying life too much, to remind me of the gravity and seriousness of the mission he has imparted to us all. Last week, as I joined a band of brothers and sisters waiting to be baptized by the pool, it was like my life with Christ flashed before my eyes, and what I saw was a timeline of events showcasing God's grace and mercy. And it became clear to me that none of this could even begin to happen if it were not for Jesus who died for us. And while my life was flashing, I remember that just a few days before baptism, I chose Proverbs 27:11 to be the verse that best resonates with my life. Because many times I feel unwise or alienated from God's family or unable to bring joy to God's heart. But God always answers me with Proverbs 27:11, which says, "Be wise, my son, and bring joy to my heart." As I proceeded to wade into the pool, Pastor Jai told me that God was saying from heaven, "You are my son." I let that thought sink into the inner core of my being. It was like God was tearing to shreds my nearsighted view of life and showed me a glimpse of the immensity of God's work that we are all blessed enough to be a part of. Na-connected po lahat. Na lahat po tayong meron responsibility. I am God's son. I am a part of one big family. I'm part of a church where everyone has an important role to play in glorifying God in all walks of life, within these walls and beyond, at home, at work, and in school. After what I experienced, I know that there's so much more where that came from. I feel so strongly that God is telling me, I have so much more to teach you. And I am never more excited to actually be a student than when Jesus becomes my permanent life teacher. Jesus is great. Thank you for listening.